Actually, come here, battery. I want to dig you out. And how's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Thursday Night Live. And yeah, here's the battery. I'll show you here when I turn the camera back on. What is up, Matt? Oh my God. Oh, you're way too enthusiastic about that, man. Let's get you in here. Oh my. So today, it's going to be kind of an interesting day. What's up? Jay, you changed your name to Father Time?
He's rejecting us.
Pretty sure it's Father Time. JW. I'm sitting here playing with my old toys. If I remember right, this phone would run off a battery. What's up? Yes, I know, no battery. I need batteries for. Fuck, I forget. Where's the power button? No, it's on top.
Hello, Matt.
What's up, guys?
What's up? Oh, it's not going to do it too. I thought I remembered this one running without a battery. Shit. How's it going, Matt?
Well, good. How you guys?
Oh, surviving. I dug out my old cell phones. In case for something to kind of keep things rolling, because I have nothing to really talk about today.
Let's talk about Mike.
Let's talk about Mike. But anyway, before we got live, I was showing them that, this is my first smartphone. Old Motorola. Windows Mobile. And this thing will still power on. I showed Mike.
Looks like the old BlackBerry I used to have.
The comical thing is this actually took full-size SD cards. Here's an adapter. Okay, so it was the next size down from these. But yeah, it actually took a... And this, it shouldn't do this. It's probably going to blow up in my hands. As old as that phone is, it's from... Christ, I don't know, maybe 2006, 2007. And it'll still power up. And that's the original battery. What's up, K-Troll? I can't believe this thing still boots up. Like I said, the network no longer exists for this phone, so Windows Mobile. The alert's telling me that charger's not supported. Basically telling me the battery's hosed. But that's what it looked like.
I wouldn't mind having the newer phones off them. I mean, I wouldn't mind having.
Back when it was a 2.5 headphone jack, everyone complained about them doing away with the 3.5. It used to be 2.5, and that was a big deal.
Wouldn't mind having projectors. That way I can send the mic signal up in the air.
What's up, Pooty Hoo?
Pooty Hoo. Pooty Hoo.
Yeah, I doubt you do have that in our inventory because Verizon never sold this. They sold. This was a Q9C. Verizon sold the Q9. Well, the one before this. And, yeah, you're up there in Northwest Snow. What's up, Cave Troll? And the black, oh, yeah, that's what I was going to show you. This is the battery I just took out of the BlackBerry. You can see how it. She swelled. She's got some age on her. Christ, I think this was from what? 2008. So it's over 10 years old. Yeah, this was the BlackBerry. I had the Storm, the first touchscreen BlackBerry. That was the phone that Verizon couldn't wait to get their hands on because they was going to use that to go after AT&T's exclusive with the first iPhone. And I have my first Android phone here still, and need a battery for it too, but this is it. This was the Droid X, when they all used to say with Google down the corner. I used this phone for 4 years. And if I had a battery for it, it'd power up too.
I boxed all of my old phones up and sent them in where they was trying to buy phones. And they didn't contact me back. They were all too old.
Well, okay. For comical comparison, okay. This was my phone before the iPhone, the Nexus 6. Okay. I still use it. I don't have a SIM card in it, but I use it for around home. And you know, you can see it's the comical thing is this. You don't realize how big they are now until you look at this. And the funny thing is this to this. I just dropped it. I just dropped the BlackBerry. It's been dropped more times than I can count, though. It's still good. See, the screen didn't break. If you did that with some of the phones now, it'd be toast. Gorilla Glass didn't get shit on this, and this was before Gorilla Glass.
When I sent those phones in, I sent my first phone in with it just as a joke, as a big bag phone.
But yeah, this thing was real. Actually, this thing was pretty cool because it had like up here was buttons. You could push these down. These are buttons. And if you pushed over here, it had like a bedside mode where it did like a bedside clock. Okay, Gopher, I will send you a link through private message on your YouTube page. Same way if you, K-Troll, if you want in, let me know. That's how we'll get you in here.
If my phone still worked, I normally bagged them up and sent them in so the armed forces can have minutes put on and somebody can use it to call home.
I wasn't trading my phones in. Well, I still got my HTC Resound here somewhere, but the screen. There's no sense starting that up, but I hated that phone anyway. That was the worst Android phone I ever had, the HTC.
My first Motorola phone was the big ass flip phone they had for Sprint. I mean, it was the size of a brick. In fact, I could have probably put mortar around it and put it in my foundation.
But, okay, back to what I was talking about here. Hey, Shadow, you working? You want in? Where did I? Okay. I said back to using comparisons here. Now, at the time when this was made, this was the first 4.3-inch screen phone. This was, quote, a big screen phone back in the day when this was made. Now, this is made by Motorola. This is made by Motorola. I need to have batteries for these so I can turn these on so you can get the full effect, but and the funny thing is, like I said, I used this for 4 years. I went from this to a Galaxy S4, which I absolutely hated it. Verizon offered me to, if I send my phone back, an upgrade. So I went from that to the Note 3, which I had that for about a year. And I had a Razr too. I had a Motorola Razr Flip. I had that
Razr
thing
too.
Well, anyway, I had that Note 3 for about a year, maybe 2 years. I just didn't like Samsung. Matter of fact, I sold it to Clinton. I mailed it out to him. And then from the Samsung, I went to the Nexus. And I had this for a full 2 years. Still have it. Still works. I'm bound determined to break something. Nothing out that was Android really impressed me when I switched, so I went to an iPhone.
Rotten apple.
Where is it? Is it here? Hell, I even got a 4th gen iPod. Remember, iPhones were this big at one time because, here's the comparison of the sizes. At the time, that was an iPhone and that was the BlackBerry. And now, again, this is a comical. This is the iPhone versus iPhone.
Looks like an iPad.
I got one of those too.
iPod.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and again, I got way too much shit laying here. And then I got my old iPod Classic. But look how thick that thing is. This is actually.
I had a Zoom.
Oh yeah, I had one of those too. I loved it. I had the 1st gen Zune. I had a Zune HD. Still have it, but the screen got broke on it. But this is actually hard drive based. This is a 160 gig iPod Classic. That's crazy. So there's a couple phones I don't have. I don't have. What's that? I don't have my two Samsungs I had. I don't have the. That's right. It's your Raven here too. And the HTC, it's around here somewhere, but again, the screen's broke. But the HTC was the same screen size as this.
I had the BlackBerry forever. I finally switched over. Got the Samsung Android.
Like I said, I had this BlackBerry for about 2 years, and the problem with these ones, BlackBerry wasn't really good about pushing updates to their phones. Anytime they made a software revision, they just put out a new phone. And that's what really pissed me off, because this thing was great, but if you didn't, when you turned it off, it never really turned off. It kind of went to like a hibernate, like, because one of the things they were at when they advertised this phone against the iPhone is like, look how fast it turns on. I was like, well, it doesn't really turn off. It goes to hibernate.
What's up, guys?
What up, Cave Troll?
And you had to do a battery pull about every couple days, or it would just get so slow. And this was one of the weird things back when it was made, is if you look, you actually push the screen in. It was a touch screen, but it didn't have the. It was when they were still doing resistive screens, and BlackBerry didn't have the technology for a capacitive screen yet, so they actually made the screen as a physical button. I don't know if you can hear that. The screen actually moved. And this didn't support Wi-Fi. The AT&T version had Wi-Fi in it. The Verizon one didn't. This was the BlackBerry 3320, I think was the number. And then there was the Storm 2, which was the 3310 and 3320. That was the number designation, if I remember right.
Sounds like Raven's getting electrocuted. Yeah.
But yeah.
Not quite. Are you still hearing it?
What was that?
Are you still hearing electrical noise?
No.
Okay. That may have just been me popping open the can.
And again, like I said, the amazing thing is the old Moto Q, the battery that phone and battery is a lot older and is not swelled. But the BlackBerry one, oh yeah, she's swelled.
Yeah, you can see the angle of the light on it.
Oh yeah, she's toast. But again, Christ, both of these phones are over. Trying to remember.
Yeah, they gave me one of the little Blackberries that actually had the keypad on it at work. And I used to fat finger the hell out of that thing.
Oh, I got good with the keyboard. Let's see if there's actually a manufacturer date. Made in China. Of course you are.
Everything's made in China.
Or Mexico.
It looks like it says 4 of 09. Which I don't think is that early, that late.
So how do you get on the discussion of cell phones?
I was watching unboxing videos. And you were talking about you went and bought one. So I went and I seen this laying on my desk and I said, huh, where's my other old phones at?
Well, this is the one that I just got. It's a Samsung J3 Luna Pro. I think the fancy model name is just it's just one that's locked into a certain carrier, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But what I wanted was a Core Prime, because that's what I'd had before, and that worked great for what I was using it for. This is going to be my new bike brain.
You're going to use it to low jack your bike?
I guess I could. I hadn't thought about that. I was going to use a different phone for that, but or something. No, I can run the apps that interface for my headset on this, for my intercom.
Yeah.
I can use the Rever tracking device. I can use the maps. I can do Google offline maps and have a GPS that's not dependent on my phone. Especially since the one on the phone seems to be kind of janky.
So what kind of phone do you have now?
Right now I got a Samsung Galaxy 5. And the damn thing, I will get it started. It'll be talking to my headset over the Bluetooth. And I'll have navigation started on it. And because I don't want it sitting there just with the screen on because it eats battery life, I turn the screen off and stick it in my holster. Well, at some point, I'll hear this little ding notification, which I think means it has stopped working. It means it's stopped doing, I don't know what exactly it's doing, but it stops navigating. I'll have to hold it. It will be talking to me. At some point, it will stop talking to me. I'll get to a point where I know there's a turn. It doesn't say anything, and when I pull over and pull it out to look at it, it's sitting back there at the start button again.
I noticed it's an Android thing. Mine did that a couple of times. If you get a notification, the older version of Android would do this.
The Core Prime did not have service and didn't do this. So I'm betting that if I have another phone that does not have service, so it's not being a phone. I'm just using all the other options. Update over Wi-Fi just fine. So I'm assuming or hoping that what I can do is do the same thing with this.
It's like what I did last year when I did my trip. I used my iPad as my GPS and used my phone for music and talking to people. But no, I just dug them up because I was just trying to show the comical comparison between what phones used to be to compared to what a lot of their modern phones are now. Because like that, I mean, that's just comical.
Do you want me to go get my flip phone LG?
Well, I mean, yeah, flip phones are small, but I'm just saying, like this used to be a smartphone, and we just, it's funny. You think like, holy shit, I used to talk on this.
Yeah, modern phones really don't give much of a shit about call quality now. That's the problem with them. having all that other stuff is nice, but I want to be able to actually make and receive phone calls too.
Yeah, I still do.
Not as well as they used to.
This was awesome of calls. This is awesome of calls.
Is he asleep?
Everyone doesn't have much to add to the cell phones. We'll have to change.
Well,
I was just thinking the only problem I have with mine is hanging up on people when I'm talking to them when I touch the screen to my cheek.
yeah.
It's not supposed to do that.
It's a good excuse anyway, I guess.
Well,
Phone should know the difference from your finger to the.
I've actually got the out of service phone, so not for phone stuff though. I've got it for using all the other things. So I can use the weather app and record my rides. You know, I can do the navigation with it. It's a backup camera for taking pictures. You know, it does everything that a phone. It has all the options that you would use on a phone. I can load songs on. I can load music on it if I want. It just doesn't have cell service, and it works over Wi-Fi.
Well, everybody in my house has got iPhones, but me, and I've got this. I believe mine's an S6, and mine takes better pictures than any of theirs.
That's because Apple sucks.
I don't know about that, guys.
Dante's an Apple man.
No. Let me compare.
Apple is good for people that don't know what the hell they're doing.
Right here. I had the best that both companies had to offer. Like this, I know this no longer matters because the Pixel's out, but I was not impressed with the Pixel. This has wireless charging. The Pixel didn't until I don't even think it has it this year.
The Pixel 2 does, I think.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah,
well, I know the first
Pixel 1, and she loves it.
I know when they went to the 6P, they did away with wireless charging. The first Pixel didn't have wireless charging, and this does. This also, the first Pixel did away with stereo firing speakers. This one has stereo firing speakers, front-facing speakers. I know they brought it back in the Pixel 2 XL and the Pixel 2, but again, when I was in the market, the Pixel didn't impress me. The Pixel was pretty much a copy of this.
With a better camera.
Just because it had the OIS, not because of taking quality. I know people who bought the Pixel. They said they liked it, but it was actually enough of a step back from my Nexus 6 that I just didn't want it.
Yeah, I mean, I use the S7.
But I don't know. I mean, at the time, the camera on this, everyone said was garbage, but I thought it did okay. I used that for 2 years. Posted pictures. I mean, like I said, I've recently posted pictures with this, and they look good to me.
Well, the way they're doing phones now, I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they started seeing like a decline in new sales.
No, someone's always wants the latest and greatest.
I mean, yeah, you're going to have some people like that, but the way they're doing phones now, where you have to do like pay monthly for them instead of how they used to do them?
Well, I pay monthly for mine, but it's set up as an automatic charge to my credit card. So it's the same as if I was paying for my Verizon membership.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But I mean, it increases your bill. Like I know mine,
How
mine's
much
like two something.
do you pay?
Okay, if we're going to talk about how much it increases your bill,
I get a discount for the automatic renewal, and I'm getting 5 gigs a month. Yeah, 5 gigs, unlimited talk and text for like $46 a month.
when I first got my Note 3, I did it under the installment plan or Verizon Edge. And after the first year, I paid it off.
So you paid more for it?
No. When you do it under those installment plans, there's no interest. They can't collect
Oh,
interest.
okay. Yeah.
No. After I had it for the first year, you pretty much that money you're paying a month is going towards, however much the phone costs. Because see, manufacturers don't see, carriers don't offer the contract price anymore because manufacturers no longer sell the phones to them at a discount.
Okay.
Because that's what they used to do. That's why you had because phones was always $500-600. I mean, Christ, when I bought this phone outright when I bought it new, and this was a $400 phone when it was new. Because when I got this was back when, they would still give you still could get you still got a phone for free, which was a flip phone, but you could still get the quote free phone.
Yeah.
And like I said, back then this was a $400 phone.
Yeah, I mean, I know that if you bought them outright, they were always like, $500-600, but
the way it works, and Gopher says he can't get in. Try the link one more time, dude. And as far as like now, like I said, when AT&T was the first one to introduce the month-to-month plans with AT&T Next, and like now, like Sprint and AT&T have this thing called iPhone Forever, which every time they release a new iPhone, you send yours in. They send you a new one and you send yours back. Now, obviously, you got to keep yours in good shape, but that's another thing too. The reason the installment plan is because, and that's like when everyone was carrying on about how, oh my God, the iPhone X is a $1,000 phone. I said, well, guys, this is a 128 gig iPhone 7 Plus. This was pretty damn near $800 when I got it. So that's only $200 more for the iPhone 10.
Still too much.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not too much, but what I'm getting at is everyone was blowing up, losing their mind, like, oh my God, $1,000 phone. Well, no, there was companies that made $1,000 phones before. Anyone heard about the Porsche design? BlackBerry made a phone that was what's up, Octane?
crazy.
Yeah. BlackBerry took a phone and Porsche branded it, called it the Porsche design BlackBerry, whatever. That thing's a $1,200 cell phone, and it's a BlackBerry. And as far as like, what is there? This one company, I can't think of it. There's one thing on this phone is like a $4,000 cell phone. and it's not even bleeding edge technology. It's all because of build quality, and it has.
Is it like indestructible? Can I throw it at a tank and
No.
have it bounce off?
No, it's not. The whole idea behind this phone is you like most of them have like Siri or Google Assistant. This one has a concierge service. Like there's a call center somewhere that pretty much is assigned. Like when you type something in the phone, you have a concierge that will make reservations for you or some shit like that. I mean, it's stupid. Yeah.
So in other words, if you were to say, like, hold up the phone and say whatever their version of, okay, Google, make reservations at the Hilton for the 6th. To the human on the other end doing it.
Well, no, on that phone, you're not using Google Assistant to do it, though. You're using their service.
Right.
When you're paying much for your phone, what you're doing is you're paying for that service. Basically, you're buying into that service.
I think I'd rather take the $4,000 phone and buy a couple other bikes.
Well, that's like the reviewer said. He goes, who's this phone for? It's for the Arab prince and fucking Abu Dhabi. It's for someone who feels the need, because like the buttons that were on it, they were jewel encrusted, and it had actual Alcantara leather on the back. Stupid shit.
If it's $4,000, it's worth at least 2 Magnas.
If it's $4,000, it's worth about 2 KLRs.
So, yeah. I'm not seeing a problem with this. It's that, or it's one Magna and repairs on the other Magna.
But yeah, it's Octane help hold it. Oh my god, you guys are going crazy. And that $299, that's it.
What?
All side chat.
Oh, is what on the Google group or on the YouTube?
Yeah, on the side chat in there.
Yeah, I don't have that up because trying to have both of them up at the same time is a little hard on the computer.
Mm-hmm. I can't afford a $20 ghetto phone.
Hi, Shadow.
Hey, Shadow made it. Oh, he might be working.
I barely made it.
Barely made it.
Yeah,
Are you working or are you off work?
I'm working. I'm going to break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and going to break. All right. Okay, everyone froze up on me all of a sudden.
I'm guessing that means that you're not on lunch yet.
No, I just went to my my 15-minute break. I get off early, so that's a good thing.
Let's see, Octane. We have Cave Troll, Butter Matman, Muzzle Mike, Raven, a good friend of mine. All of them good friend of mine, and Shadowfoot. And Twisty Grip still won't freaking join. We tried to get a Gopher Rider. He said he's not having no luck.
I'll tell you right now, if you're using Mozilla Firefox, at least on my machine, Google Hangouts won't work.
Yeah, they want you to use Chrome.
Good
I don't know
figure.
if that was the case. I didn't think about that. He might be using Firefox.
You would be very
If I click on
surprised.
the link when you send it to me in email and stuff, if I click on the link, it tries to start up in Firefox, and I know from before that it doesn't work in Firefox.
Yeah,
That's
Opera
because you get
seems to-
Firefox as your default browser.
The browser Opera seems to take over everything on your computer because I installed it just to play around with it, and it's kind of like everything I click, it launches it. Yeah, and
My phone stopped, and it does that automatically.
yeah, it's worse than Internet Explorer as far as taking over the browsing of your computer because I just want it as a backup, and it's like, nope, I'm your primary now. So the thing is, I didn't even notice I was using it until I tried to open a tab, and I was like, "Wait, this isn't normal." So it's I guess it's better in some ways, but also annoying. But it's surprising how much information Chrome will store on your browsing habits. Someone is vaping.
Yep. That's Mike.
Well, sir, I shall have a vape off with you.
Oh God.
That wasn't me.
No,
was me.
he. Oh, that's right. Game Troll vapes too. I forgot about that.
Cave Troll does it nice, and I mean, he just owns it, man.
He owns it.
You need to have like a cloud off. You know, just
Wow. Oh God, no. Breathe, dude. Breathe.
What on earth was that?
The flavor of the night is Livewire.
Woohoo!
mine's cheesecake.
Mine's 555.
555.
Earlier I had a beer. Right now I've got
Strawberry.
cream soda.
Wait, there's actually an app update. Let's see. Let's laugh as I try to update it on my iPod and it says no.
The iPod would be like, "Hey, buy a new iPod. This one's old." It's actually
Oh, that's right. No touch ID. No, fuck you. We're not updating you then. Ain't that sad when you get so used to a fingerprint reader you don't want to punch in your password?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
after I got the S5, then it's kind of like fingerprint scanner all day.
Smashed the leg with my tip. Too much TMI, Octane.
So I've been a little bit addicted to the IO games, the like Deep.io and the Worms.io and Snake.io. And I've been experiencing all the other IO games.
Never heard of them.
You've never heard of the .io games?
No.
I haven't either.
Heard.
Oh my God! Oh no!
Okay, let's see. Screen share. Which one of my screens do I want to use?
The one that's clean, preferably.
Okay. Oh well. I'm not sure what exactly you pertain to as clean. I mean, I have like the Adobe Rainbow up here. Okay, window. And I was doing a project. Let's see. And all right.
You broke it.
If you do like
Breaking by.
games in a search, you'll have this nice little list of them. They are addictive, very addictive. So find, there it is. Yes, very addictive. Like you can go to this crazy games place, but it's just better to find the name of the game and type it into your web browser.
So pretty much it's just a game that runs in Flash.
Something like that. Yes, this game is highly addictive. It's very simple.
So it's collect the sparkly dots.
It's basically like Tron. You basically just buzz around and click the dots. Oh, and that guy just ran in front of me. I smacked into him. So yeah, if you smack into someone, you die.
Oh, it's like Centipede.
Yeah.
Are the
You
other
gotta try to do it too.
are the other worms computers or the other players?
No, everyone here's a player. I just jumped in, and I think I'm 230, 238 on the leaderboard of 471. I think I just wasn't paying attention.
So you can just go around and just dick people over.
Yeah,
I'm here to rogue today.
yeah, and
What if you can run it yourself?
like this guy, okay. This big guy right here, he's up there in size.
That means he's
Uh,
been playing for a while.
But what if you run into yourself?
You can run into yourself, fine.
Basically, it's a worm measuring contest.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I can't be all over that.
It's see who lasts the longest and has the biggest worm.
yeah. I mean, there's other games similar to this. It's mostly all their games are top downs. And it
Holy
usually doesn't take,
Christ.
yeah, it usually doesn't take long to get big in this game. Giggity.
Dickety.
Oh, is that Giggity?
Giggity. Oh my. Oh yeah, people just ruining your day now.
Yeah, they'll just sprint right in front of you and then cut you off, and you'll smack right into them, like some Asian driver looking for an insurance claim. This guy's going to try to do it too. Like, there's a person. This version of the game, if they have other versions of it, if you were to speed up, I kind of lose pellets. So, other one that they have, which is like worms.io, has power-ups, and it's a little bit different. Changes the dynamic of the game a little bit. Yeah, they have like a dozen or so games, and like there's always hundreds of people playing. There's a castle defense zombie survival type game that's co-op. That's pretty fun. But just a game you can just launch and just play without needing Steam or anything else. Very good. This is how I'm spending my break.
Okay. Oh Christ. Gopher, are you using Chrome or are you using Firefox or what are you trying to use?
Right now I'm using Chrome, but I have like a billion tabs open.
No, he's talking to Gopher Rider.
Yeah. Google decided, you have to use Chrome and Firefox, that's why.
Love playing that game.
And everyone got quiet on me.
No, we're still here.
We're watching the little worm go around.
It's
Yay.
wormtastic. This is so up. This is so up Octane's alley.
Yeah, just keep watching me getting bigger and bigger. And so someone runs in front of me and explode.
You even playing against anybody? Because I haven't seen anybody else.
The dots are getting a little scarce, so I think I'm. Oh, there's some dots. Someone sprinted off in this direction, and I don't know where. You want to run into someone.
Well, I mean, there's got to be at least somebody that's pretty big because they're up to what? Is that 40,000?
Oh, there's some. Oh, he's seen. There was some giant people.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times you'll find the bots and they'll just sit there and go around in circles.
Ah,
he had the lol face too. That's the worst part. He had the lol face.
Okay. See, what the big ones can do is they can circle around you if you're small enough. And it's pretty much like a death trap, like I'm probably in a trap right now.
The end is near.
Because they'll just keep going in circles. I can just follow his poop flakes. Get big off the big guy.
Oh my.
Eat some poop.
That's like a video of Octane. Just colonoscopy. Oh my god.
Looks like a colonoscopy tape, you said?
Yes. It's from the side chat.
Okay. I really have to close all of my browsers in order to get no lag and do this. But it is highly addictive. I'm not sure if I like this version better or the one with power-ups that will give you like boost and double points and whatnot. Yes, it's a toss-up. But most of their IO games, they have it so that way you can join like a group of people, like 2 or 3 people, and they can all jump on the same server and it can be competitive. So I don't know. We'll probably do that later tonight if you're up late, Dante, and everyone else.
Depends on how late you're talking about.
I don't know. I get off work at 11, I think. So.
If I'm still awake, but I don't know.
What's the game called again?
It's any of the .io games. So if you just do a Google search for .io games, then you'll find them. Like Slither.io is this one, and then there's another one that's like something.io.
And these will run on how they don't need a super powerful machine to run.
They just run on a browser.
They run right off the webpage like Discord can. Some of their games that are first-person shooters that are in 3D world will want a client sometimes if you want better performance, but it's mostly all of it's Unity or Flash. So they're going to run off the Unity engine or the Flash engine. Or sometimes Java, mostly Unity. Anyway, breaks up, and I'm going to have to get back to work.
Well, that's no fun.
Yeah, no fun.
Yeah, just jump in, get everybody chasing worms, and then run off.
Yeah. I had to jump in here and show my worms off.
All right, man. If you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can skin that and make it corn snakes.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. It was nice you could stop by. So, okay, I guess we can talk about bikes. Anyone else see the what they've been announcing from Kawasaki?
No, what have they been announcing?
See here. Oh, what's it called?
KLRs?
Yeah, because all the other motorcycle makers are going to discontinue their lines. KLR's the way to go.
Is it now? Oh no, it's
Yeah.
like they came out the H2 SX. The H2 is a touring motorcycle. You know, because you need a supercharged 1000cc to go touring on. You can't do it on the Concours because apparently the Concours wasn't fast enough.
What's it called?
It's the Ninja H2 SX. Octane seen my worm. Twisty, that's way too much, man. You gotta calm down with showing off your worm.
That thing's a little much.
Like I said, you know, this is pretty much Kawasaki saying, "Yep, we can do this because the Concours ain't fast enough."
Kawasaki H.
Supercharged. We need to get one of the. Go ahead, Cave Troll.
Oh, I was just reading.
Yeah, it's supercharged. Well, the Concours is a 1400cc. I mean, the Concours is bigger CC wise. But the H2 is higher horsepower because supercharger.
I'm just going to order the motor and put it on my KLR.
Well, when they announced that, like, because people were like on Moto Amino, they were like, "Hey, Kawasaki just announced such and such." I said, "Yeah, when are we going to get to H2 versus?"
Yeah.
Because the Versus 1000 shares the same motor as the ZX10, just detuned, and the H2 is pretty much the same motor as the ZX10, just supercharged, tuned differently. I think it's forged internals. So, I mean, it'd fit.
Cave Troll, you'll be proud of me.
What's up?
I actually took a wire brush to my chain and sprayed some chain lube on it finally.
Was it rusted?
Cave Troll said it was.
Yeah, it was.
Mine's never rusted. And I've ridden in enough rain.
What do you use for lube?
There's a can of something I bought at the dealership. I don't even remember what it was. I bought it
Chain wax?
last year. Say again.
Chain wax? There's chain wax, and then there's other kinds of chain oil or grease.
I believe it's wax, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look.
Mine is spray on chain lube. The last chain lube I used was kale. It was I bought it because I was at a local power sports place. I was getting the batteries for the tractor for my lawn tractor, and shit you not, on the can it said KLR cleaner, chain cleaner. And I was like,
Gotta be good then.
I was like, okay, whatever.
For
So
all
I
your
bought
tractor needs.
For all your tractor needs. Was it KLR chain cleaner? So I was like, okay.
When I tried to spray stuff, it got everywhere, just about everywhere except the chain.
Well, you're supposed to. the way you do it with the spray stuff, they get with the little nozzle. You put the nozzle or the tube on. At least the 2 cans I bought came with a tube that you put on so you can actually get it mostly on the chain.
Yeah, like WD-40 does.
And what other people will do is they'll take like some cardboard, put it behind the sprocket in the wheel. Yeah, KLR cleaner, I know. Well, anyway, they'll put it behind the sprocket and they'll spray, that way you don't get on the wheel. See, me on the other hand, I don't get time for that, so the left side of my rear wheel where the sprocket is, it's like fucking black. And the right side is chrome. But the last stuff I bought is made by Lucas. And when you spray this stuff on, it actually foams and then just runs off. And it seems like it doesn't splatter as much. Kid Waterloo.
Bel-Ray Super Clean Chain Lube.
I don't know how my cans are.
I've just been using a gear oil and a toothbrush.
Oh, bird.
My chain stays oiled up.
Your bike marks the territory.
Yep.
Self-oiling.
Well, it does. It actually does have a self-oiler. It just works a little bit too good.
Where the hell is that?
This stuff's supposed to be, let's see, OX Z-Ring Safe.
Yeah, that's the kind of like my chain where it's got the O-rings inside.
Right. Absolutely no flinging off.
I just use a bar wax.
I'm not sure.
As rusted as that thing was, I probably would go spray the rest of the can on it.
Hey, it still worked. Didn't break.
Yet.
Yeah. Yeah, we missed you on Sunday.
Yeah, I wished I could have made it. Bad mood all day.
Yeah, we just rode up to the dam and back.
This is the stuff I have now. I forget how much this was. It's great for garage doors. It says it right there. It's great for garage doors.
That's when you use that PV Blaster penetrating oil.
Probably all it is. For directions for best results, shake well, apply on warm chain while rotating wheel. Allow a few minutes after preparation for full penetration. Full penetration.
You said
So it says it right here.
We never only want half penetration.
You got to go all the way.
Mine says you have to shake well for 1 minute.
There, I guess how you do that.
Isn't that called playing with yourself?
And now it actually,
If you go over 1 minute,
Okay.
Or if you stare at it too long.
see, it just says shake well. It doesn't say how long.
that print's too small or I'm too old.
Both.
An excellent rust and corrosion inhibitor. An outstanding release agent. What the fuck? The fuck is a release agent? Oh my god.
You just lost
Made-
her even. She must have got disgusted.
Made in the USA, it says. We can actually make chain lube. Make America great again. 1 can of chain lube at a time.
That's just the can. The lube was made somewhere else.
It probably was. It's made in Indonesia. Then the fluid is from Abu Dhabi. Oh my.
Yeah, Twisty Grip says just pull out in front of a lube truck. I think a truck pulled out in front of you. Wasn't that an oil truck that pulled out in front of you? The red light?
No, that wasn't. That was a water hauler.
Oh, yeah, water truck. Yeah.
He was hauling water, and he didn't really pull out in front of me. He just decided he needed to go straight.
He was gonna pull out in front of everybody.
He did. So what everyone think of the lady with no lights other than daytime running lights?
That's normal in our area.
Yeah.
Well, see, the funny thing about that is your newer cars, your dash lights come on regardless. So when it gets dark, unless you actually realize, oh wait, yeah, that's right, my lights ain't on. You're like, oh, I can see. I don't need to turn a switch. Yeah, she passed me, and I'm looking. I'm like, she doesn't have a clue that her lights ain't on.
As a matter of fact, I just thought about it. On the way home this afternoon, I was beside a van. I mean, it's dark, and he didn't have a bit of lights on.
It had daytime running lights there, right?
I don't know. It's an older van. Probably not.
Well, it depends. I mean, a lot of the GMs, they have them. But again, it's only within the last, I don't know, 7 to 8 years to where the dash lights are on when the vehicle's running all the time regardless.
I know on
But
my
yeah.
truck, you can turn them off, the headlights. You can turn it to the off position. Apparently, that's what she'd done and didn't have it on auto.
Yeah, because I imagine Alexis would have had automatic headlights. Or whoever was in the car said, I'm going to fuck with her.
I bet it was Muzzle Mike out collecting KLR parts.
Yeah.
But no, it's I seen. I was like, I said I cut a good bit of it following out, and we'll see. Like my car I got now. Like as soon as you put it in gear, if it's bright enough, daytime running lights come on. I can't defeat it. I can't turn it off. Nothing. They come on. And same way with, because it has the dusk to dawn sensor in it too, which GM calls it the Twilight Sentinel, whatever. And when it gets dark enough, it kicks over to the lights. And as long as it's in gear, I can push the lights to turn them off as much as I want, and they will not turn off. I can try and turn it off; they're on until I put it in park, and then I can turn them off. And it's just funny, because my car, it's a freaking 98, and it comes on regardless. Like I said, there's no way I can turn that feature off. But you got a car that's probably 2-3 years old, if that. I really figured, since a car from 98 would work that way, you'd figure a luxury car, because Lexus is considered a luxury brand.
Overpriced Toyota.
Yeah, that's all it is. And the funny thing is the people that normally buy them ain't the people that realize that all it is just a overglorified Toyota.
Well, I mean, that's the same thing. I mean, I laugh at all the rich people, they buy Beamers and Benzes for the status symbol and all, and I'm like, where I lived in Germany for 3 years, I'm just like, you do realize you're driving the Pinto of the European world. Like when you call for a taxi, they pick you up in a Mercedes.
Well, no, what a lot of people don't realize is anything that's a 3 Series or lower is domestic to over in Europe. It's not till you get like above the 3 Series till you start getting into money. That's the funny thing. Like the Mercedes. Like Christ, you'll see these C classes all over the place. And like, oh, I got a Mercedes. Like, no. Yeah, you got a Mercedes, but you got a C class. You don't have no. You don't have no AMG or no freaking. You don't have no S class or nothing like that. That's the funny part.
Oh yeah. Yeah, one of the ladies at work, she just bought a Hummer, an H2.
Big mistake.
All that is a Chevy Tahoe with different body panels.
Yeah.
But she probably thinks it's a high dollar vehicle.
Oh yeah. I mean, I asked her. I was like, why? What's up with the? Why are you wanting an H2? Like, if you want a Hummer, actually get a freaking Humvee.
Buy a Jeep and you can replace parts on it.
Yep. My problem is Jeeps don't have enough room in them.
The H2 is made simply as a status symbol. They're helpless. They're helpless off road. they're even worse on gas than a Tahoe is. They're just status symbols. That's all they are. And that's like the H3. When they came out the H3, people flocked to that because, oh look, it's a new Hummer. You do realize that's basically a Chevy Trailblazer with a lift kit and different body panels, right?
Oh yeah, the H3s were even worse because they were even more high, like higher.
Yeah, because like I said, they were Trailblazer with a lift kit.
Yep.
Welcome back, Raven.
Yep.
We scare you off.
You're talking too dirty for her.
I think she's still trying to come back.
Happens sometimes.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, the best one is like the Porsche. The Porsche. What's it called?
Easy now. I've owned one.
No. You didn't own the Cayenne.
Oh no.
All the Cayenne is basically a Touareg with a different motor. And
Isn't the Touareg a VW?
yeah, Volkswagen is the parent company for Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the parent company for Lamborghini and
I had a few Porsche parts in my Rabbit.
that's why it's so popular for people with the old 70s Beetles to take
The Porsche
take
Boogeyman.
the motor off a 911 and put it back there because it'll bolt right up.
I knew it was the same bolt pattern, but I didn't know that was because they were the same company.
Farfignugan.
Yep. That's like Ferrari and Maserati. They're the same companies. Like the Maserati MP12. That's basically just a Ferrari. Which one is it? I think it's like a Ferrari F50 maybe. I can't remember. It's been too long. But yeah, Maserati is actually the budget Ferrari. It's the budget brand for Ferrari. Oh yeah, that's right. Volkswagen owns Bentley too. And there was a period of time where Ford owned Land Rover.
What the hell?
Oh, yeah,
Kids.
my kid in the background.
Sounds like he's feeling better.
Oh yeah.
Trying to remember. Well, that's like Fiat. Fiat owns a shit ton of companies too. They own Alfa Romeo, which they just started bringing Alfa Romeo back to this country. That's like the little smart car, the Smart 42. That's Mercedes makes that.
Oh yeah, me and another guy rented one of those when we were in Germany.
Yeah, over in Europe, it's the Mercedes A200, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, we rented one of those and drove around. And whenever we'd see a big group of people, we'd hop out with a Chinese fire drill.
It's a clown car.
I mean, you got two guys that are, I'm 6'7", he was about 6'5".
Was there a decent amount of room in there though?
No, not really.
No. There had to be more room in it than the Fiat I took to Baltimore one year.
Well, I'm pretty sure there was more room than a Fiat. Yeah.
No.
No.
Well, that's what
I'm saying there's more room in that smart car than in a Fiat.
Yeah. I was saying because I took a Fiat 500, and the legroom wasn't terrible, but that little hump that comes down where the shifter is, yeah, my knee was right fucking there. 4 hours of that. The whole time I'm like, why Fiat?
Fiat, that stands for fix it again, Tony.
Yep.
It's okay. That Fiat was saying to you, why, Dante? Why?
Because it took like $15 to fill it. It took like I couldn't believe it the first time I stopped for gas. I'm looking, I'm like, really?
Did you like squeeze the handle a couple more times and have it start to backsplash?
Yeah, I did. I was like, really? Because it was at like, what was it? It was had like a quarter of a tank left. When I picked it up, it had like a half a tank. And I got the Waynesburg and I had like a quarter of a tank. I stopped to put gas. I put the hose in, locked it. I turned around to look for something in the car and it kicked off. I'm like, what? I turn around, I look up at the pump and I squeeze it and it kicks off again. I'm like, no, this can't be full already. So I squeeze it again, it kicks off. I'm like, well, fuck, this thing ain't that old. It can't have vapor lock. So I hung it back up, got back in the car, turned the ignition on, watched the fuel gauge, full. I'm like, how small was that tank?
How far did it go?
Trying to remember here. I got about, from there, I made it to about an hour outside of where I was going. And I stopped for gas again. I didn't need it, but I didn't want to have to look for gas for the trip home so soon. And I got to about the same gas station I stopped on the way there from the trip home. I threw like 20. I filled it up again. Did some more airings, topped it off so they couldn't say I didn't bring it back full. I think I spent like $30 in gas for that trip. Pretty much the same amount of gas I spend with the bike I spent in the Fiat.
So pretty good mileage then.
For the size of the car and the size of the gas tank, yeah, it was pretty good. If you could deal with the small car, I mean, you can't beat the mileage. I mean, yeah, I mean on the highway that thing's running. That thing was like I'm trying to remember. I think it was like an 8-speed automatic. Or no, it was it was 6-speed. It was a 6-speed automatic, but you could shift it. And I think on the highway at like 75, 80, it was still running like 3,000 RPM though. It still revved high. It needed another gear too. Other than that, I mean, it rode like you would expect a little car would. And if it didn't have that hump right there where the shifter came down, I would definitely consider looking at one. Because outside of that, the legroom wasn't bad, and it was comfortable.
I like having two cars. You get a small, gas-efficient run around town everyday stuff, and then you have a nice, larger vehicle for like camping trips.
Well, the Fiat is definitely a city car. I mean, definitely on the highway, it's not meant to be there. It'll do it, but it's not meant to be there. It's almost like my bike. It'll do it, but it's not meant to be there.
Like a Grom.
Well, no, Grom's really not meant to be on the highway at all, though.
They can do highway speeds, though.
Huh?
They can do highway speeds. You're ringing it out, but they can do it.
65 is as high as it'll go. And there's sections here where highway 70 miles an hour.
It sounds like a Fiat's a pretty nice, fairly fuel efficient for a small around town car.
If you can pick one up cheap enough, I have no idea what the maintenance would be on a vehicle with one with some miles on it. But if you found one cheap enough and was willing to see if the quality control get any better, I mean, I would give it a shot.
So you said it was tight. How badly?
No, the only place it was tight was where my right knee sat. The way the dash is, it comes down to this like round hump and that's where the shifter is for the gear selector. It's not on the floor; it's up on the dash.
Okay.
And if you can get past that,
well, you're like a giant.
Yeah, I know.
So
well, that's why I said
if you can fit in it, just about anybody should be able to.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, the legroom wasn't bad. I didn't have trouble with the legroom. The trouble was where my knee sat. And the fact that the little 500s actually have a back seat, which, let's face it, all the way back, they're just there for looks.
Yeah, they're a padded ledge for groceries and lower insurance.
Yeah, but
if it's got a rear seat, it's not a sports car.
Just wait till you get a little older. You won't even think about getting one of them on the ground cars.
I'm already there.
An on the ground car?
Sits low on the ground.
actually, no. It sits low, but the seats in the Fiat are actually up high.
I don't know. When you're short, trying to climb into an Astro van's a little bit fun.
My Sebring was a little low.
I didn't get out of my Porsche. I rolled out of it.
See, with my Sebring, it was a convertible, so I used to have a crane pick me up.
That's about how I feel just about with any car.
I enjoy driving a truck.
See, there's two small cars I've driven, and I owned one of them was a ZX3 Focus. Which again is the Focus was bigger than the 500, but it was still the first generation ZX3 Focuses were small cars. The Focus has gotten about Taurus size now. I don't know. It was a neat experience driving the little Fiat, though. The trip home, the one girl, she didn't have a ride, or she had to. I had to take her to the bus stop in the morning for the trip home because the people she was riding with ended up having to leave a day early. And she's like, "Well, I was like, "Okay, I'll take you." And I go meet, and I told her, I said, "How much luggage do you have?" "Oh, not much." I said, "Okay," because I said, "I'm driving a small car." And I said, I have 2 suitcases and a duffel bag as it is. And we go walking down, and, we get into the parking garage. We walk over to the car. She goes, "Oh my God, you weren't kidding. That's a small car." I said, "Yeah." But we managed to get her stuff in there too. And we're leaving the parking garage. We get out on the road heading towards the bus stop. She goes, "I don't think I've ever been in a car that was this nice." I said, "It's not mine. It's a rental."
Nothing funny like a rental.
But ain't so much that, I think she meant because the interiors of the Fiats, I mean, they look, they look really nice. But she's like, "I don't think I've ever been in a car that was this nice." All I'm thinking is like, don't throw up in it. Please don't throw up in it.
Why? Did you have her drunk or something?
Huh?
Was she drunk or sick?
No. I'm just being fun. I didn't say it. I'm just thinking in my head.
Well, why were you thinking she was going to throw up in it?
Just being funny. Just being funny. You got some people get motion sick. But anyway, you had to have been in a situation.
You were planning to roofie her, weren't you?
No.
Here.
It was 5 a.m. Trust me, I'm not planning on roofing I wasn't planning on roofing anybody.
5 in the morning.
It was 5 a.m. I had a 4-hour drive ahead of me. Oh, shoot. I think I'm going to end this live portion. We're down to 3 viewers. Everyone who came, thanks for watching. We'll do this again next week.
Yeah.
See ya, everybody.
Okay.